9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services.
Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a meal.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
What's going on, good people?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. How are my podcast members today?
We are good. We are good.
All right.
I am good.
All right.
I have something to say before y'all guys get started.
Okay.
I want to first off, I want to thank the panel for an excellent job y'all do. We won't be where we at if it weren't for you guys.
Appreciate the love, EP. Same to you. We couldn't do this without your production.
Yeah, without you guys from the beginning, with you guys, and then we have Kira's not on, and we have Dro is not on. And I still got to give a special shout out to Shan for an amazing job that she did when from the beginning, helping with the intro and everything. I just want to give all of y'all flowers for an amazing job. Well done. Can't ask for nothing more than less. And I want to give a shout out to the people that watching, that helping us get over and beyond. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you, EP. We certainly appreciate you. We appreciate your vision and getting us all together. We appreciate it. It's a perfect mix, and we thank you so much. Now, with that being said, welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Friday Night Lights Podcast Show. I am your girl Jess, and with us we have Thirsty Rollins.
What's good?
And we have Yo Soy.
Yo soy muy guapa. But I'll start that tonight.
And last but not least, we have our EP, Mr. Mo Mathis. We want to thank everybody out in podcast land for listening to us tonight. Want to say hello to Ricardo. He's the first one to comment. Welcome to our podcast. We hope you stick around.
What's
tonight.
good, Ricardo?
Thank you for coming on and listening to us. So, of course, Monday we talked about Max Prep computer rankings for Georgia High School classifications for each region from 7A to down to AAA. And so we've been able to gather some more information with regard to AA and single A Division 1, right? So we have that updated. We'll be talking about that tonight. And we'll be talking about some other things that you want to talk about. So, y'all, come on, start commenting and let us know that you're here. Tell us hello.
Better buckle in for a ride today. I know that. Got your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on.
Because I'm sure our friends in AA want to see what we have to say. So y'all come on in and listen. We're just lovers of high school football, period. Come on in.
So in between time, while we're trying to let everybody get situated, everybody doing good today? Everybody feeling better today?
Yeah, man. Tough day work today. I ran 2 jobs and sat at home with the babies all day, so that was pretty tough.
Oh wow.
Other than that, man, I've been okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of work to do, but I'm seeing a little headway.
I'm just glad you feeling better, babe.
Yes, I'm feeling much better. Not quite out of the woods, but I'm slowly but surely I'm getting there. I feel way better than I did this weekend. So
What's good, Barry? We should be talking about y'all today.
yeah, y'all got a scrimmage coming up. I want to see what y'all do post DJ Bell, how that's going to look.
That's gonna be okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one there.
It's gonna be quite interesting.
Very interesting.
I
That's what
think
it
the entire state of Georgia is wondering what Pierce County would be minus DJ Bell after the DJ Bell era.
Yes. What's going on, Chauncey? Lincoln County Red Devils checking in. We see you.
Chauncey. What's up, Chauncey?
We are glad to see you in the building.
We ain't gonna pick at you.
Why would we pick at Chauncey?
I don't know. The first, man. As soon as I heard Chauncey, first thing that came to mind was Minister Society. Y'all know I ain't got no sense. So Chauncey, don't mind me, man. I ain't got no sense.
I know one thing, Chauncey. I'm gonna need your Lincoln County team to step up this year. I kind of rode with y'all last year. I had y'all as a semifinal, if not a finals team, and y'all kind of let me down. So, Chauncey, y'all get it together this year. We pulling for Lincoln County.
Who won? Was it Bowden that won?
Bowden.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
All right. Y'all ready to get rolling on this 2A thing?
Yes.
Let's kick it up, bro. Let's kick it up.
Can I read the disclaimer first since it's a new day? So when you pull it up.
Please do. Please.
So, I don't know. Thompson folks, if you late, you late. But we're about to get started. Yes, Bowden was something serious. Just give us a few minutes.
Oh, you want a disclaimer?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I'm sitting up here doing other thing.
Yeah, sir. This one on you.
Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, that one there is on me. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and put the disclaimer out there real quick and fast. Get this out of the way.
You're an Appleton County Pirate tonight, not a Beaufort Wolf. Okay. Welcome, Jeremy. All right. So here is the disclaimer. The Maxwell ratings compiled.
Get it bigger for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. And it's as follows. The Maxwell ratings, compiled by mathematician and Georgia High School Football Historians Association founder Lauren Maxwell, have projected the region finishes of all 413 football playing schools in the GHSA. The projections are based on historical scores, with the most recent season weighing most heavily. Teams that did unusually well or unusually poorly in 2022 are projected to regress toward the mean. I'll explain that when we get through. The ratings do not consider changes in player personnel or coaching staff. Below are Maxwell's projections and a brief look at how Class 2A shapes up in 2023. So basically, all that sentence means is that if you had an unusually stellar year last year in 2022, or if you had an unusually bad year in 2022, those results regress toward the mean, which means is more of an average and it won't have as much impact on your ranking or your score. So here is 2A, Region 1. So Fitzgerald is the number one team in AA, according to this ranking, right?
Mm-hmm. I can ride with Fitzgerald being number one in that region and number one in 2A.
I can too. because they've been in the state championship for the past 3 years. And while Thompson probably has a lot going back and stuff, like they said, last year was an unusually good year for Thompson. So it didn't count as much as the other years, which weren't bad. But, you know. Hey, Mr. Britt. Hey, guys. Happy Wednesday to you guys. I hope you guys can come out to Thomasville and watch us go up against Thomasville, Georgia. Okay. This is our friend from Friday night. Valdosta, Mr. Britt, welcome. Y'all got Fitzgerald could have probably been in 3A or 4A instead of sitting in 2A. Barry said they're not the number one team in 2AA. Who is it, Barry? Let us know.
So we could have started this already.
Yeah, of course they are. I don't see a problem with this ranking.
But somebody else do. And I knew I ain't gonna call no name though. I'm just waiting for Barry to let us know who number one is in 3A. I mean in 2A.
I know you're gonna say who it is.
That's all I want him to do. Tell us who the number one team.
He's gonna say Thompson, I believe. You gonna say Thompson? Jeremy, why do you say Fitzgerald could have probably been in 3A or 4A instead of 2A? Daryl says they have Cook ranked too high still. Oh, okay.
Well, they got Cook ranked number 12 in the class. So how you still think 12 is too high for Cook?
Yeah, this is just the region right here. They've got Cook finishing number 2 in their region.
Yeah, finishing number 2 in the region, and number 12 in class 2A.
Barry said that Thompson is the number one team in AA.
Okay. All right. Okay, we shall see. Just don't show up to the game.
Hello,
just don't show up to the games with a chair. That's all we ask. Just don't show up to the games with a chair.
Oh, okay. What's up, DeMarcus? He said Thompson is running it back. Okay. He said, yeah, that's about right. So we got Region 2. Anything you guys want to comment on Region 2?
Nah, because I'm looking back and forth at these rankings, and then, or should I say these reading standards, and then I'm looking at how we ranked and stacked the teams in 2A. I ain't mad. Now I'm not mad with Northeast because we personally had Northeast as the number 4 team in Class A. They're showing them as the number 10 team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
Well, they had an unusually good year last year, and the years before were kind of because I think they're doing like an average or something. You know, they're looking at years.
Yeah, that's where that past performance comes into play.
Mm-hmm. DeMarcus says Thompson has more talent than they did last season. Jeremy says Northeast has that regional lock, and Daryl says he wouldn't put all his eggs into Fitzgerald. Put all my eggs into Fitzgerald's basket.
Oh, I want to go back to the comment that Thompson has more talent than last year. That's a bold statement. That's one I'll be watching throughout the year for sure.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Consistent in recruiting. I'm not okay, Barry. I see you.
But yeah, I'm not mad with Northeast winning Region 2 at all.
All right, DeMarcus, we see you. He said he stands on it. I mean,
all right.
We trust you.
Well, stand on it firmly. Now, this is where I ran into the problem. This is one of the issues, one of the reasons I ran into a problem with.
That's interesting. Barry, what do you think about this? Is Pierce County the number 2 team in the state?
Or in 2A?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Ain't gonna win the region at going 9-1, 8-2.
Now, while we waiting on Barry to comment, let me go ahead and let y'all know. I did tell y'all that Pierce will be Appling this year. Pierce would definitely win that region. I don't know about number 2. I think Fitzgerald Northeast as well as Thompson. May be a little better than Pierce this year, but Pierce would definitely win that region.
What's the reasoning behind you? I mean, why aren't you sold on Appleton County? I mean, they did well last year. I don't think they lost a lot. Why aren't you sold on them?
Well, we remember that Appleton County Pierce County game being in Appleton. There was a lot of questionable things being done as far as the coaching staff not being able to adjust to what they saw. And if we remember that pass, it was killing them. So quarterback getting outside of the containment, and I just don't think Pierce is going to allow that to happen. If you go back and look at what Pierce and Appleton has been the last 6-7 years, Pierce has owned them. So I think it get back to that.
Okay. Barry says, watch Pierce County work. Y'all don't know what we know.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, and Pierce County recruited well this year too, huh? Okay.
All I'm saying, you're talking too much, young man. You're talking too much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that one. All right, Region 4. I don't see anybody. I do believe Thompson will win the region. We also had Thompson as number 3 in 2A. But I really don't see anybody trying to contend with them for that Region 4 title. I really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the school we're talking about in this region.
Let me ask this question. You on here? Do you think that Washington County will ever get back to where they were?
Yeah. They did the one thing I don't understand why a lot of counties don't do. They brought back alumnus, or however we want to call him.
Alumnus.
Super Bowl winner and Robert Edwards to be their front man there. I mean, how many kids and parents are over there in Sandersville and Tennille, Georgia, that are saying, I want my child to play for Robert Edwards? So I think the talent fall off was not due to the lack of talent in Washington County. I think it was like what it is in a lot of these schools, districts around the state. The streets are getting them. And I think Robert Edwards will really bring that back out to where those kids will want to be on that football field again. Yeah, it may be Thompson region this year. We don't know what will happen after reclassification, but you better be on the lookout for Washington County in the next couple of years, get back to that dominance.
Okay. Well, wow, this is interesting. You trying to bring him out, Barry. He says Putnam will beat Thompson. Okay. And he also said that Washington County will be good this year. DeMarcus says Putnam got blowed out last season, my guy. You don't have a chance this year.
Well, that was last year. So we're going to leave last year where it is in the past. We got a whole new season on the horizon starting come Monday.
But really, who thinks that Putnam is going to beat Thompson?
I ain't saying Putnam going to beat Thompson. All I'm saying is Putnam took a blowout last year. That might not be the case this year. It might be Thompson may win, but it could be a close game. That's all I'm saying. Let's stop talking about what happened last year.
Well,
last year was last year.
Okay, so Region 5.
Now, this region here, to me, is ugly. I do expect Callaway to win the region. It's just matter. It's hard. It's hard to feel what if Columbia can rerun some of that magic back from last year. And then you got Elka. Elka is always going to be Elka. It doesn't matter what they can bring in. But outside of that, you got 3 teams in that region that that's going to ball this year. Callaway, Elka, Columbia. The rest of them, put a piece of paper in the hat, shake it up, and let's pull one out for 4th place.
I'm interested to see what Columbia is going to do this year.
Well, let's put a pin in that one right there, Thirst, and kind of watch it like you're saying. Just like the they got here, I think Landmark Christian. Landmark Christian is a school down in that South Fulton, Fairburn area that really used to do well in the private. Coming over to public, I think the fact that they was playing public, I think a lot of kids decided to go over to Langston Hughes and Creekside and stuff that were maybe attending Landmark Christian. So if they ever can get back to getting those kids out of that South Fulton area like they did while they was private, I can see them, kind of rising back to that superiority. But it's hard when you got Langston Hughes and Creekside and Sandy Creek playing as well as they are, and that private school now is not getting those kids in. So I think Landmark Christian still get that 4th spot, but it would be nice to see them kind of get those kids back in and do well.
Okay. Jeremy says Callaway is a real good team. They had a real good passing game against Appling. I just wanted to drop this. I know last episode Jeremy asked about Eagles Landing and what happened to them, and we were talking about that's a different school that we saw in the other classification. This is the ELCA that usually makes a lot of noise. This is the Christian Academy, and you pay millions of dollars to go there. Well, not millions of dollars, I'm just
but hundreds, thousands of dollars
is quite expensive.
Yeah,
but Eagles Landing and Eagles Landing Christian Academy are two different schools, is what I'm
saying. Eagles Landing is public school in Henry County, as well as Elka is private school in Henry County.
Mm-hmm. And I think last episode when Jeremy was asking about Elka, I think that's who he was. That's who he was asking about. Okay.
All right. Region 6. I don't think South Atlanta will win this region. They lost a lot from last year. They lost the running back and a few other pieces that they lost on the offense. I don't think they will repeat like they did last year. So I'm giving this region to North Cobb Christian. And then after them, Mount Perry, and then South Atlanta, and everybody else falls into place after that. Because when you're dealing with Washington, Sarah, and Walker, you're talking about basically Fulton County Public APS schools. Really don't expect much from them. Best Academy and KIPP Atlanta, private schools that really don't produce in football. So
I didn't even think they had. Why did I think KIPP didn't have a football team?
But
Barry says he likes North Cobb.
Yeah, I do too. I like North Cobb Christian to make some noise in 2A this year. We got them ranked number 8 in our preseason poll. They got them ranked number 19 on here in the read. I'm sorry, not the reading, but the classification. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna see how everything works out. Everything gonna work itself out real fast. Where we at? Region 7. All right, Region 7. I can ride with it as is. Expect Rockmart to take that one. I'm surprised they got Rockmart ranked number 5 on here, but at the same time, do remember Rockmart has had success in the past few years. Mm-hmm. Even when they were in 3A, they were making playoff runs. At least second round quarterfinal type runs.
And they played y'all real tough. What year was that? 20.
I want to say COVID year.
They played y'all real tough.
Yeah, took us in. Went into overtime. But I do expect Rockmart to come out and win this region. Let everybody else fall into place from 2 to 4 in this region.
Let me give a shout out to Model. One of my classmates' son plays for Model High. It's a relatively new school. They don't, But shout out to John Moore and his son. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Region 8.
All right. Let me see. Can we see the bottom? There we go. Region 8. Fellowship Christian, hands down, gonna win that region. As far as I'm concerned, everybody else. Again, throw some names in the hat, shake it up, pick one out for 2 through 4.
I agree.
I am surprised, though. I am surprised at this, that they got Athens Academy ranked 9 in 2A. But again, you got to remember how they're taking this and how they're doing this. Athens Academy with, they'll probably do what they usually do, get to about this, get to the second round or so of the playoff, and then fizzle out. Yo.
What's good, bro?
Go off and come back on, because you're giving us an echo.
All right.
Droids. This region does not move the needle for me.
We good now, bro?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out who said this region don't move the needle for me. I don't see that comment.
I said it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Fellowship and Athens Academy going to be the best two teams out this whole region, hands down. So,
yeah, that was my comment. I didn't say anything.
Right.
So
seriously, after Fellowship and Athens Academy, like what else do you do? If you are facing, if you're in the region that are facing region 18, 3 and 4, like just go ahead and skip you through to the second round.
You'll be playing on Thanksgiving.
Pretty much. All right, so give us your feedback on 2A while we get ready to present Single A Division 1.
Podcast.
Besides Barry rolling on the floor laughing.
I'm sure the Thompson faithful have a problem with their ranking, but again, prove it on the field. So now we have the computer forecast for Division 1.
Yep, Single A Division 1.
And the same disclaimer applies. Okay.
This is not our stuff. This is done by computers without taking into consideration players and coaches.
Jeremy just says he wants to just reach the promised land and get that silver trophy in Baxley, Georgia, so they can have a parade and ride around with the cannon and the trophy. Okay.
This your best year to get it done.
A lot of wishful thinking going on.
Chauncey says he likes Thompson to repeat, and Barry says don't sleep on Bacon County.
I'm a bit all right. I know one of our panel. Yo, do you like for Thompson to repeat?
Honestly, I think it's gonna be Fitzgerald winning.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I do not see Thompson repeating. I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Well, now again, Chauncey is over there. He might see something we don't. He says they have more talent.
I thought Chauncey was at Lincoln County.
No. Oh, yeah, Chauncey is at Lincoln County. My bad, DeMarcus. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, dear sirs.
But see, here's the thing. We know that okay, here's my thing. Thompson, who has played in 3A, could never get over the hump in 3A. Okay, they go down to 2A with what I thought was their best chance of even competing in 3A with the team in that special back that they had last year. You go to 2A and you win it. You win it impressively. You lost that back who I saw accounted for damn near 80% of your offense. Now, I know you saying we got a better back. We got one return and we got this. Prove me wrong. But just looking at what I see going on down in Fitzgerald, what I see going on in Northeast Macon, I mean, I like Pierce County in there. It all depends on how the bracket shake up. I doubt if Fitzgerald and Thompson be on the opposite side of the brackets this year, which means they may have to see each other quarters or semis. And I just think Fitzgerald don't allow Thompson to beat him again this year.
Chauncey coaches in Lincoln County. He graduated from Thomasville High.
Oh, okay. He's a bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ain't nobody beating that track team in that classification unless it's PAC, Prince Academy. Okay. I like how this plays out. I like this region 1. I don't see any I don't have any issue with it.
Well, I think it may be a shift in the Pelham Brooks County right now. Like I really, and the only reason why is I know Brooks lost a lot, and we don't have any information on Brooks. All the researching I've been doing always bring up a dead end, so I don't know much about what's going on down there. And Brooks is going to always be Brooks, but I just think Pelham take the number 2 with Brooks being 3.
Ooh, that's a bold statement right there.
That's quite bold.
Ooh, I like that.
mean, really, if you don't have any information, what can you do? I think I just read Pelham. Didn't they cancel their scrimmage? I think they just canceled their scrimmage.
Good for them. Good for them. Stay healthy going into the season. Don't take the chance on nobody getting hurt. So you take number 2 in the region. Oh man, I'm gonna ride with you on that one.
Okay, so region 2.
I ain't got no problem with it. With the exception of maybe Dublin, Bleckley County switching spots, but for the most part, I ain't got no issue with it.
Bleckley County was loaded last year, and they just really didn't do what I thought that they were going to do. So I don't know how much they lost, but I definitely like Swainsboro to come out of that region and probably win it all.
I'm just surprised they got.
Okay, now this right here.
They got them ranked 5. Wow.
I like Swainsboro to win that. I like Swainsboro to win that.
I don't know what he's saying. He sounds like a robot, man. You need to go back in the garage. But I'm shocked that they got Swainsboro ranked number 5 in the class. That right there is an understatement.
Swainsboro will win.
Mm-hmm.
Swainsboro will win the classification.
Hey, Jadon.
Yeah, for sure. But
welcome.
I don't see them being the number 5 team in Class D1.
Jadon says Swainsboro lost a wide receiver to Toombs County.
I'm gonna be honest, right? In my mind, wide receivers are a dime a dozen. To an extent, what it comes down to is whoever is stepping up, are they ready? And can they deal with the spotlight that's coming with playing for Swainsboro?
Mm-hmm.
Did we forget that Swainsboro got a little baby 4x4 100 team out there? 4x100 relay team on the field.
I didn't forget.
I think some of the viewers forgot.
I'm wondering.
And not to mention that stud they got at that he's quarterback also. That's the Georgia.
You going in and out. I wonder when Dublin is gonna make some noise again. I mean, they just kind of fell off the past couple of years. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think it'll be a much interesting. Hey, J-Bo. I think it'll be a much more interesting region once Dublin really gets in the really gets back in the mix to make some noise.
Well, hopefully they get a good class come through real soon.
Because if that's the case, then that's a pretty one of the stronger regions in Division 1. Swainsboro, Bleckley, and Dublin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, where we at? Region 3.
Region 3.
I'm riding with Meta on this one. Now, Spraven County, I'm not going to count them out. But for the most part, I'm riding with Meta.
Matter. It don't matter. Matter. Yeah.
That's it. Just matter. Okay.
Now I don't know if it's just me, but this region 4 is ugly. It doesn't move the needle for me. It's just them. It's like they just gonna take up 4 spots in the playoffs. Three of them going at a minimum. 3 of them going home on the first week. That's just me. So if anybody else know anything different about these 4 teams, let me know.
Yeah, Lamar County is. Barry says he likes Heard County. Tell us why you like Heard County, Barry.
They're still going home in the first round. But what you like? What you like about them?
Nothing. He's laughing. And here comes Jeremy talking about Crawford will make some noise. They sure will with their noise makers.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like a shot fired at somebody. But I ain't gonna call no name.
Yeah, y'all leave my baby alone now.
Nah, I ain't gonna. I don't even think I don't even want to stay on that region. All right.
Hey, Juwan. Region 5.
It's all PAC.
Mm-hmm.
It's all PAC. That's all it is. Nobody else. You like who?
Yeah, no, I'm saying I like how. I mean, I think it's in the correct order, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I can ride with you on that. But yeah, PAC gonna have a field day when they get in the region play. Do expect PAC. We got PAC ranked number 1 and 2A. Do expect them to contend for a state title alongside Swainsboro, as long as they're not on the same side of the bracket. All right, moving on. I don't know how and why they got St. Francis sitting at possibly 4-5, 4-6. I don't get it. But I'll tell you, St. Francis wins this region. Now, in my mind, though, this is one of the toughest, the second toughest region in D1.
Mm-hmm.
Whitefield, St. Francis, and Mount Pisgah, or however you pronounce it.
Pisgah, I think it is. Don't quote me, but I think it's Mount Pisgah.
Well, I ain't the best with the English language. I can barely speak it.
Oh, I can't either. I'm good in country. I mean, the records just look ugly. I mean, the
projected record. But I think St. Francis pulls this one out because honestly, we have St. Francis as the number 3 team in the class.
Mm-hmm.
So Whitefield Academy, Mount Pisgah, they were on our bubble to make the top 10, but they didn't. Actually, I'm sorry. Mount Pisgah we had at number 8.
So you would do St. Francis, Mount Pisgah, and then Whitefield.
And then Whitefield, and then Mount Vernon.
Barry says these regions are trash. We're not saying that, Barry.
Well, I ain't saying it yet, but we are talking about D1 though.
We say move the needle. That's what we say. We don't move the needle. We don't call it trash.
For sure.
Okay.
Well, look at the cat under again.
Hey sis, how are you?
Hey sis, Mike, don't do that.
I know.
Huh? What?
Somebody look with the cat and drug in. Good evening, everyone.
Well, be glad I did. You know what? I ain't gonna. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Everybody in podcast land, y'all tell my sister Shakira, hey.
You feeling better?
I am.
Is baby boy feeling better?
He no more fever, but he's still like a little nasally congested, but it's slowly easing on by.
Well, good. I'm glad he doesn't have a fever. Yes, Jeremy, that's your best friend on the panel. Jeremy said, "Hey, Shakira."
Hey, Jeremy.
Y'all crazy. Jeremy, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you later. All right.
I know what. That girl, whoever that girl was, she been getting you to be in the turtle.
We're gonna talk about that later. We finna get through these last two regions real fast. All right, Region 7. Darlington, Treon, two dominant teams, the top two teams in Region 7. After that, once again, throw some names in the hat, shake it up, pull two out.
Yo, do you want to go back and do you have anything to say about Region 6?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Coming down 96, it don't move the needle either way it goes. It ain't that I don't like small ball. It's just we don't got past the ones that I'm concerned about. So everything else don't really matter because they won't matter by the end of the season. So
okay, they're gonna shock you.
Shit.
Okay.
You ain't no betting woman, are you?
No.
All right, then.
Yeah. And then Region 8, I think we all good with Region 8 the way it is. Commerce, Athens, they may switch spots, but for the most part, though.
They all going to the playoffs and taking up space.
Let me ask, though.
All except for Raymond County.
Shouldn't we expect Athens Christian? Well, no. I'm wrong. Wrong team.
You talking about Athens Academy?
No, I'm thinking more of Augusta Christian, is it? That should be a lot better this year.
Richmond Academy, is that what you're talking about?
Oh, no, Augusta Christian will be a whole lot better.
Yeah,
they will be.
That's some behind the scenes stuff. I didn't know. I was just gonna say we should expect them to be better, but it's Augusta Christian.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later behind the scenes.
Yeah, we don't talk about GISA schools.
Oh, that's GISA. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
No wonder I ain't heard about it. I really don't pay attention to them.
You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't do it. All right, but I think we all think Region 8 gonna be the way it is.
So that's what we have for you guys from 7A through Single A Division 1. That's the only data we have up to this point. Division 2 has not been put out yet, so we can't give you any information on those schools.
But it will be posted on the page tomorrow though.
Yes.
So please set your notifications up for the page for when we post and stuff, and you will know when we post that the computer racing. And next week, we look forward to seeing the AJC top 10 for the entire state next week. But that is what we got so far for the upcoming season. So with that being said, this is about to be interesting, man. I'm looking forward to this season. August 18th can't get here fast enough for me. Well, actually, August 16th can't get here fast enough for me.
Yeah. Is it time to take a commercial break before we get into our next topic?
I think we are too. Give us a chance to get set up and get ready for it.
Okay. Y'all hold on for
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Yo, check it in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday and Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
I have to go see a man about a minute.
And you better not lose.
All right. So, I don't know if anybody's paid attention or saw the post. I know the post got put up late today. It was a post it was a Maxwell article that Maxwell put out, obviously. So it was kind of interesting. Give me a second to pull it back up. That was on Maxwell today. And bam, there we go. So this is what the article presented. Oh man, let me get that leg off my screen. There we go.
High school football rankings. Buford headlines Georgia's preseason Max Preps top 25.
Yeah, I really want to scroll down on this.
Would you like to, Thirsty?
I ain't got no problem with it. So basically, Everybody already know who they say the number one team in Georgia is. Me personally, I just can't see Westlake and Grayson in the top 10. I just can't.
And
I think Carrollton should be higher than 7. And I think they should be higher for the next 2 years. I think Mill Creek ought to be. I honestly take Mill Creek out, slide Coldfoot up, slide Langston Hughes up, put Carrollton right there at 4, slide Carrollton Mill Creek down at 5, and let the rest and remove Westlake and Grayson. I just don't see Westlake and Grayson in the top 10 in the state this year. I really don't.
Did you see that offensive lineman that transferred to Walton?
I ain't said nothing about Walton, but I ain't saying
that ain't what I'm saying. I was just asking it since we were looking at the.
The most surprising thing on here is not so much as Westlake now. It's the fact that they got Carrollton at 7. That's
what I'm saying. In my mind, Carrollton should be the number 3 team in the state.
Chauncey would like to know, who are you replacing them with?
Replacing who? Carrollton with? I need for you to be
and Grayson.
Okay.
Replacing
if I'm gonna replace Westlake and Grayson, right? I really have no problem at all moving Gainesville up from 15.
Yeah.
I got no problem moving Gainesville up from 15 into the top 10.
Okay, Benedictine is ahead of Gainesville.
I got it. Yeah. And I got a problem with Ware County being in the top 25 right now because they got to prove themselves this year. I'm just sorry when it comes to Ware County. Ware County got to prove that they can win without that quarterback.
I think, hey, Jamie, welcome. Barry, if you're still on here, I think he mentioned something about they have a quarterback and they'll be fine. Do you have any intel on that, Barry? Just curious.
Ware County is not going 15-0 and winning a state title this year with that quarterback. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Not in what they in 5A? No.
Ware County? Yeah, they're in 5A.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Because what you had, that quarterback you had, your previous quarterback was a special talent.
I don't think I would have pushed him out of the top 25 though. Maybe not top 15.
Okay.
And certainly not in front of Gainesville.
Okay. So I think we can agree probably leave them. Do you really agree with leaving them in front of Houston County? I don't.
No.
Okay.
Hey Antoine, how are you?
I got an issue. Everybody know I got an issue with Cedartown being ranked on anything right now in the state.
Because
in the top 25. They lost everything. Cedartown lost everything. So you basically gonna say, based off of last year's performance, you gonna put them in the top 25 in the state? They not. I guarantee you, they're not gonna be there.
Jeremy says, Ware County is at 14. Do you have an issue with them being at 14, Jeremy? You think they should be higher or lower? I mean, you seem surprised. So I just want to know, where would you put Ware County?
I'm just shocked Ware County ranked in the top 25, period. That's just me. Yeah, that's just me on that one. But when they come, Cedartown, man, no, don't even do it. Don't even embarrass. No, you about to make them folks embarrass themselves this season.
Oh yeah, Jeremy says he's surprised they're that high. Okay.
Are you honestly gonna sit here and tell me you think Woodward Academy can beat Rome, Norfolk? And you mean to tell me the 25th best school in the state is Camden County right now?
Now that's hilarious.
Mm-mm.
You really expect me to believe Camden County is the 25th best school in the state of Georgia? I can't, man. No, Max Preps. This is why I don't mess with you at times. I want to know how y'all came up with these, how y'all established these. Okay, please, somebody give me some information on Ware County's new quarterback. Where did he come from? So I can go look up his stat line. Where did he come from?
Yeah. Barry says Ware County is loaded. I remember Barry talking about it and saying they'll be fine at quarterback, but let me know, why are they loaded?
Okay, and this is okay. Here's my. Go ahead. Go.
I was just saying specifically. Tell us about who they have at quarterback.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this because this is funny to me. But here's my question though, right? You saying they got a okay? I haven't heard of a new quarterback in the state of Georgia with headlines in Ware County. So obviously, the kid didn't perform well at camps or didn't go to camps or whatnot, hasn't made a name for himself. So that's why I'm asking, who is he? We haven't heard of a big name transfer going into Ware County. So who is he? Give us a name. That's all I want is a name for this quarterback in Ware County that is supposed to be replacing a juggernaut that left.
Just give it a name. I want the name. What's going on, Oscar? He says, keep telling people, stop listening to Max Prep.
Oh, we know what for the most, yeah, we know that. We don't listen to him for everything. Just some things we do, but not everything. We don't listen to Max Preps it's a whole lot we mute Max Preps on. But I'm really want the fans and Ware County fan. Put his name out there. Let us know who he is. So we can do our due diligence.
I'm sorry. Where's our friend O'Neal? Remember him?
I just want to be able to do my due diligence.
Yeah. Because of right now, Mike has nothing for the Ware County Gators. Like,
I got no love for them right now. I have no love for them. No love at all. At best, right as of today, at best, I'm giving them Thanksgiving Day game and they going home mad.
Okay. Well, next week we'll answer a whole lot of questions. So,
when is they scrimmage game? When is they scrimmage game? Can somebody tell me when? Because I don't even feel like I'm tired of looking data. I'm tired of looking stuff up. Can somebody tell me when Ware's scrimmage game is and who they playing?
If you give me a minute, I'm not.
Maybe I can. Maybe I'll tune in and watch myself this weekend. But I'm not buying what anybody is selling on Ware County right now. Yeah. Okay, they're playing. Okay, how you pronounce it? Cairo. Oh, K. Yes, K. Man, why don't they just replace the C with a K and make it easy? Okay, my bad.
That won't tell you nothing because Cairo ain't here no much.
Just the syrup makers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy says, tune in August 18th, the Big Apple versus them Gators.
Well, you know what? This what I got going on Friday, August 18th. I got my big TV on ESPN2. so I can see the big game, the biggest game in the state, to get the season started. And then on my small TV, I'm gonna have the network, and I'm flipping back and forth. Best believe that I'm flipping back and forth between a whole lot of games, and I'm tuning in to the Appleton County Ware County game because I want to see what they got. Because ain't nobody threw out a name, said where this kid came from. Was he there before? Because if he was there before, nobody got a good look at him last season.
So is this Ware County game? Is it in Baxley or is it in Waycross, Jeremy? Because I know it was canceled last year due to the weather.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be in Ware last year and should have been Baxley this year.
Yeah. Kendrick says he's gonna watch the scrimmage between Cairo and Ware County. Well, Kendrick, I want you to come back on Friday. We want you to come back and tell us what you saw. Oh, it's in Waycross. Yeah, okay.
All right, yeah, I'm not driving down there for that game.
I don't think anybody's driving down there.
I ain't driving down there for that game. That's a long ride right there. Ooh, Lord, how much?
Talking about? Oh my goodness!
But that way cross state for me.
Waycross. There's this guy from Alabama, rest in peace. But he said when he first moved to Georgia, he talked to somebody. He said, "Where are you from?" They said, "Oh, I'm from Waycross, Georgia." He said, "Okay, Waycross where?" Waycross, Georgia. Yeah, but Waycross. That don't
where?
They ain't telling me nothing. I say no. The town is Waycross. That was
Jeremy, boy, you trying to have me out and about for a good 9-10 hours. That 3-hour drive. I got to stop for food on the way down, so that's gonna be a 4-hour ride, 3.5-hour football game.
It is
and
not.
then I got to ride 3 hours back.
It is way more than 3 hours, even with all your stopping. It's more than 3 hours from Middle Georgia, so it's definitely.
And y'all taking back roads, huh?
Go through Tifton and go down through.
And I'm going because ain't Waycross off of 16. No, where Waycross at?
No,
you can go down 75 and get there, or you can go down 341 and back roads.
Man, I ain't taking no back road. I'm staying on Major Highway, man. I don't trust.
Get off in Tifton.
I don't trust my Cricket Mobile on them back roads. Especially when I got a tiki torch chasing me. I'm good.
Jeremy, they're asking if you're back in Georgia. Yeah, Waycross is off Highway 84. Hey Tay, what's going on? Hey Chad.
So here's my question: is EP on right now?
Yeah.
EP,
what's going on, brother?
Can we play a video that we've been sitting on for a minute?
Hey,
that's up to you. If you're ready to release it, you can.
Yeah, I'm ready to release it. I want to release it. I just want to go and throw it out there. Well, I ain't on my computer, man.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'm out here smoking and drinking right now. I ain't gonna lie, I got some brown in my hand and a black in the other one.
Well.
Thirsty. This ain't Friday, Thursday.
Oh, it ain't Friday. Oh, it's on the Wednesday. Man, I had my days mixed up. My bad.
Oh, Lord.
My bad for having my day, man.
First gonna go on regardless of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he be talking about me.
But I'm only on my second cut, though.
You just only on your second cut?
Only the second.
Only my second cut. That's it.
Does Thompson have a scrimmage this weekend? Kendra said, "Ain't nobody taking no chairs to the game." No.
Oh, I am.
They'll be in the car.
They'll be in the car. It's just, hey, man, it's just like that side piece. You keep it in the car. Keep it in the car for when you need it. When you're going to a football game, because you don't need it inside a football game. We don't promote violence in the games, in the stadium.
Well, that's different between me and everybody else. Mine go in the game with me.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Y'all ain't got to deal with metal detectors now.
Not at all. When we play in the onesie, or we played in Macon, or anywhere, I have to go back to the car when I see the metal detectors. I have to go back and put it down.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. when you get inside 285, majority of the time the stadium's gonna have a metal detector on them.
And they need to have one in. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet.
And better believe they're gonna have one at Lakewood.
Yeah, I know. I already made up my mind, and I'm gonna have to keep it in the car when I go up there.
We're talking chairs, right? Chairs.
Yeah. Cause my chair got some Timbers. Yeah, my chair got some Timberlands on the feet and a do-rag. I put some eyeballs on it.
Barry said his chair got black Air Force Ones on. Okay.
Okay, that Moss, Mrs. Moss, how did Thompson do last week in their scrimmage? And who did they play?
They played who? Evans or Laney? Something like that. Hold on, they scrimmaged you mean to tell me they scrimmaged a region opponent?
Evans.
I don't think they scrimmaged Evans, did they?
Yeah, they scrimmaged Evans last week.
That's a region opponent. Why would you do that?
I mean, Evans 24. Oh, y'all. Okay, y'all won 24-0. Okay.
That's okay. That's weird to me, but okay.
Evans is 5 or 6A. They're not a region opponent.
Oh, okay.
They're just right next to each other.
Huh.
I think Thompson and
man, I'm not going. I don't even feel like going back to check.
Well, we already said about Evans. You know, we know that ain't nothing to show.
They
Good job, Thompson, to handle your business against a lesser opponent. You did what you're supposed to do, but yeah, that ain't no test.
Yeah, Evans is 6A. They're just close. They're very close to each other.
Yeah, that ain't. Yeah, okay.
Hey Tay, you're from Thompson, correct?
Yes.
Now Tay is not the one that said that Thompson had got better talent this year than last year, is it?
No, that was DeMarcus.
Okay, Tay, do you feel y'all got better talent this year than y'all had last year? Not speaking to us as a fan, a true football person that knows football. Do you think y'all have better talent this year or last year?
Of course they ain't gonna say yes. That's why we asking Tay. But we do appreciate your input, Miss Moss. Don't mind me.
Yes, for you might be agreeing that that Evans is no competition and that they're close to each other.
Oh, you're right.
You don't. He said, "I'm a man.
I am a boy, Damon. I am a boy." My bad.
Okay, so Tay says, honestly, I personally like last year because of the big playability of Curry, but this year's team may be deeper.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is instead of having that one individual that can do the big play, y'all got to actually play team ball.
Well, I think he's speaking of depth when he say deeper, because we know, like I said last year, you're talking 80%, 85% of their offense went through that special kid last year. So I can see them now, like you said, having to rely more on football, you know, a different plethora of athletes instead of just one special one. So yeah, I can see them not being a better team than last year. But again, I think Thompson will do well. I just don't see them repeating this year.
See, here's my problem with what Tay's saying. Okay, I ain't not one 2A school or 3A school in the state of Georgia is running a platoon system. Not one single school. I don't care what school you name. Y'all got multiple players going 2 ways.
Both ways.
And 3A, at a minimum, 3A down. 4A, yeah, you still got a few in 4A, but for the most part, once you get to 5A, you ain't got that many going both ways unless you just got a special talent out there, athlete. But I hear you saying the key word depth, which I thought had an H in it, but I ain't gonna talk about you like that though.
You know what the heck? I mean, you know what he's talking about.
Bottom line is, y'all got to play better team ball. That's what it is. Man, hold on. Did y'all see this question on? Hold on. Y'all see this question on the board?
Yes, Adam Estes. Yes, we've had this debate, but they're going to answer your question, Adam. It says, do you guys think scrimmages matter? I had a debate. I think if Tiff beat Lowndes Friday night, that is a big deal for momentum.
Adam, I'll be the first one to tell you. No. It ain't gonna mean a hill of beans if Tiff beat Lowndes next Friday in the scrimmage game.
We talking about practice, right?
The best thing you better hope for coming out that game, Adam, is that your team is healthy. They show that they can compete.
Practice.
And you can see that your offense can move the ball.
We talking about practice.
That's all you want to see in that scrimmage game. The guys that take a lot of stack into scrimmage games.
Practice. Keep talking, dog. Every time you pause, I'm going to say it. Keep talking. Every time you pause, I'm going to say it.
When I say scrimmage, you say practice. Scrimmage.
Practice.
Scrimmage.
Practice.
You all are terrible people. You are terrible people. And I get what he's saying. I mean, it could help their confidence.
Yeah.
No, that's the point that I was just trying to make. If you ride high off of that scrimmage, you let that get you high, you gonna fall flat.
Come August 18th.
Yes, you're gonna fall flat. You ride high off of a practice game, and you're not gonna even be ready and prepared.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Nah, I ain't trying to hold on, let me say this. I ain't trying to make fun of the dude, but if you, Adam, if you had been watching us for the past few weeks or last week, you would have understood how we felt about scrimmage game. It's practice. It's there for evaluation. It's going to be very bland, vanilla type. We personally don't put much stock into it because it's all about player evaluation and establishing depth and seeing what you got coming, what you got behind your first 22. All right, first 22 being your first 11 starters on offense and defense. And those key personnel and substitution situations, all right? And then, as Yo said, coming out of the game healthy. That's the next biggest thing is everybody coming out healthy, not going into the start of the season with injuries. And it's a lot of new coaches out there, too. A lot of new coaches are trying to evaluate and see what they got against another team. Because we can practice against ourselves all day. I know the offensive. If I'm playing defense, I already know what the plays the offense finna run. I can jump a route. I can jump in the hole at the snap. But that doesn't mean anything until you play against different competition. And that's the purpose of the scrimmage game. That's why we don't put much stock into it.
All right, so I'm gonna go back through these comments. Chad says, didn't they beat Lowndes last year in the spring scrimmage? Barry said, don't do that man like that, Mike.
That's why I had to explain myself. I'm not trying to embarrass man or put him out there on Front Street like that. I'm just saying we really don't care about it. Scrimmage games are just that scrimmage. It's an organized practice.
Jadon is saying in his Allen Iverson voice, we talking about practice. And then Adam, I'm gonna go back to what Tay and Barry are talking about, but Adam is saying, okay, when Tiff beats Coffee by 2 scores, what about that? I just hope we get recognized when it happens. Go Big Blue. So you're going on record right now, Adam, saying that Tiff County is going to beat Coffee. Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
Bet not lose.
No, we're gonna definitely EP, get on your job after this show and make sure we edit that out of here. We would not allow that man to go any further with that on his conscience to put that prediction out there in the atmosphere like that.
Who that?
Now, again, I told Adam, I'm one for Tiff this year. I think they'll be a whole lot better than what they was last year. Hell of a quarterback down there. We'll fight for the 5th spot in that region out of 6 teams. And we'll fight for the 5th spot. But beating Coffee County this year, when in all actuality, I think Coffee will be a team that will be fighting for a championship in 5A this year. So Good luck to you, bro. But we ain't gonna hold you to that. We like to check receipts around here. We not gonna hold that receipt, bro. We gonna go ahead and burn that one up right now.
Okay.
Don't nobody bring me back up to that man when coffee hang by 50 on him.
Adam, keep hope alive, friend. Keep hope
That's what Martin
alive.
Luther King said. And just that weekend, we were banging people with chairs, so it always hope.
That was Jesse Jackson, but I get what you're saying. Let me go back to what Tay said earlier. He said he agreed with you, what you were talking about earlier, but he said what he means is that they have more playmakers on the offensive side this year. But only time will tell, and he's behind them, and he thinks they will repeat. Barry says, no, sir.
Well, I mean, you's a fan. You's a fan. You're supposed to think that. And again, we really don't have much coverage on that side of the state. We do thank you all, Tay and Mr. Moss instead of Miss Moss. And your other Thompson fans, we do appreciate y'all for bringing us the information that you do bring us from that side of the state. So we don't know what's going on with you all this year. But again, I know that last year, that Curry kid was a once-in-a-lifetime type talent. And you don't just replace him with one person. It's going to take a team of guys to replace that kind of offensive output. So, again, I'm not saying Thompson won't do well. We wish him the best. But when you start talking about repeating, when your team had this special athlete, I don't see it happening.
I got a question.
I was one on the panel that said last year that you would win the championship. And I was right about that. But I'm sorry, this year I don't see you repeating.
Adam says he's going to be back. And we're going to go back to what Kendrick says. But go ahead, Mike.
I got a question. My question is, do you truly think Thompson would have won that game without Curry?
No.
And the reason I asked that question is, I go back to what I said. Y'all got to play team ball. And I don't see y'all beating Fitzgerald without Curry last year. I'm sorry. I don't see it. And I don't see you beating them without him this year.
Yeah, and the brackets are out. Y'all can check the Friday Night Lights podcast page. We have released the brackets. Find your region and what position you think you will finish the region in. It'll tell you what seed and place you will have in the brackets. And I want to check it out because if I'm not mistaken, I think Fitzgerald and Thompson will probably be on the same side this year, which means they won't meet in the championship. But again, I just don't think Thompson will have enough to beat Fitzgerald, regardless of what round or where that game is played.
I totally agree.
Jadon says that Appling would have won the state title if they didn't have Curry. Barry agrees and says that's the only reason they beat Appling. How you doing, Mr. Farley? Good to hear from you.
Obadiah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, baby. I ain't finna just let that go.
Okay, I'm just trying to get the comments out.
Okay, get the comments out. Come back to me on that.
Okay, Tay said that's like asking what Cartersville would have did if they didn't have Lawrence. And
they would not have beat Buford, that's for sure.
Mr. Moss says defense.
Well, they probably would have though, because Trevor Lawrence didn't do crap that game.
And Tay says, of course not. We don't play ifs on here, do we? Nope, because if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd have a wonderful Christmas. All right. Before we go to break, guys, we're going to go to break really quick. But before we do, I want to go back up to a comment about Kendrick Sanders. We were asking about Ware County's quarterback. It's Charles Johnson, 5'7", Ware County quarterback, 167 pounds senior. That's their quarterback.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm finna go find him.
No. Ain't even no sense of going looking for that. You finna tell me that a 5A classification starting quarterback is
It's
5'7"
5'7",
and 160 pounds?
and you expect to win state with that?
My
But okay,
lord.
I'm finna go look up and see what he done before.
Okay, and in the meantime, guys, we're gonna take another quick break while we set up for our next portion.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Yo, checking in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday and Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
I have to go see a man about a minute.
And you better not lose.
You ready, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead, roll with it.
Introduce it, Mike.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Back in February, we did a interview, or shall I say, I conducted an interview with Coach John Adams, head coach of Cedar Grove, back in February. So keep in mind, doing this interview, it was February prior to spring and going into the season. So this is what we're about to watch. Interview Coach John Adams, head coach of Cedar Grove. EP, roll that beautiful bean footage. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't hear nothing.
We got no sound.
I can't hear either.
Can't hear.
You hear it now? Y'all hear it?
Nope.
Hold on. What the world? How y'all hear it? How y'all hear it? Y'all can't hear it, but I can. That's crazy. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Hold on. Let me. Y'all can hear it now. Y'all still can't hear it.
Barely.
No, I can't. No sound.
Can't hear it.
Yeah, bear with us just a minute while we get this video worked out. We'll be right back with you with that video.
Well, you know what? While we're waiting on that video, I'm sitting here looking at the quarterback that we was told for Ware County. And yeah. As I said before, Ware County, you got to prove yourself. You got to prove yourself that last year wasn't a joke, or should I say, wasn't a one-hit wonder. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm gonna leave it at that. So I wish the best to you. I hope your quarterback position put in work over the summer, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because, like I say, looking at what I'm seeing, it doesn't make me feel good for Ware County. And the reason I say it is because of lack of experience sitting in that pocket. That's the biggest thing that got me is you're going into a season and you don't have experience at a very key position. That's the part that has me right now. And I don't feel comfortable saying Ware County is going to dominate. Just being honest with you. Now, if you guys know something else that I don't know or that we don't know, by all means, give us some camp highlights. Show us some highlights from camp, because right now, what I'm seeing is not impressive.
Welcome, Randall. Randall says Thomas County Central got the best coaching staff in South Georgia. Look at his resume. Mr. Rogers. The people in Colquitt would disagree with you.
Disagree.
But I don't have a problem with Coach Rogers. I don't think he's a bad coach.
I don't think he's a good coach. Like, who am I?
I mean, I didn't say he was the best one ever, but I don't think he's bad.
Friday Night Podcast fans.
Oh, there we go. We got it running.
With the one and only Coach John Adams of Cedar Grove. Coach, welcome again back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming through. So, you know what, Coach? I know you're busy, man, so I'm not going to hold up your time. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. As we get started, I got to speak on the elephant in the room, the state championship game. Not going to get into much details, but what the fans do want to know is, what did you tell the kids in the locker room after that game?
Oh, man, I just it was all kind of emotions going on in the locker room. Definitely the kids were devastated. Just not a good way to finish. Just finish the season. I don't think anybody expected that or would have wanted to have that actual experience, and the way it ended up, finishing, it just was kind of disappointing. So just try to stay level head, just try to let the guys know it's a learning situation. Not in everything in life you win at, sometimes it's how you bounce back and, how you learn from certain situations. So just trying to keep the guys' spirit up, let them know it wasn't a bad season or anything like that. I'm still was proud of them and just was real proud of how they reacted as well, too.
All right, cool. Staying on the state championship game, how can or what would you like to see from the GHSA to prevent this from happening to another team in the future?
So I hadn't really did a lot of interviews. I was told, to kind of, hold my opinion, hold my voice. So I'm not sure if I should even be speaking on it right now, but I honestly, what I can talk about is, at the next level, they have a replay system. I think if you have the equipment, you have the resources that you should use, especially in a atmosphere and state championship type game, that we were in. Unfortunately, we were the team who got caught in a situation that, definitely affected the outcome of the game. So, I think the replay system would be really good. I also think, I was expecting the refs would maybe come together, just to kind of get the call. But, I'm not a ref. That's not my expertise. So, I was just kind of going with the next play. They scored, so we got to be prepared to come down in, 40 seconds and try to score and answer that touchdown they made.
I hear you. I know from a fan's point of view and from our panel here at FNL, instant replay, most definitely. We've been wanting to see that since the debacle several years ago between Peach County and Calhoun.
Right.
And I totally agree. The refs could have at least come together and talked about the call. But that's neither here or there. It's behind us. All we can do is learn from it and move on. Moving on. Now that you've got a complete season under your belt as head coach, I know this was your second season, but first full season as head coach. on and off season. So from this past season, what will you be carrying into the next season that you've learned?
I think our kids did really well this season. I think we, coming into the season, everybody questioned, were we ready for the schedule? Playing 7-18, playing high caliber teams as well too. So I think we did a pretty solid job with the season. I think the main thing is staying consistent, doing the small things right, practicing really hard each and every week, making sure the guys are focused, concentrating on the season as well as their grades. There's always things that you can, you learn and you take into the next season. I think it's important as a coach that you always reflect on the season that you just had, and then the things that work really well, you find out why they work really well, and you try to capitalize on them, and then the things that didn't work so well, you go back to the drawing board and you work on those things. So I thought this season, or this past season, was a decent season. Unfortunately, we didn't finish like we were supposed to. But really great players, really great program, really great coaching staff, and I think it's going to be really, really good this year as well too.
All right, I know we're going to get into this upcoming season here in just a few minutes. But I do got a question for you, and this is one of the things that we've been talking about a lot since the end of the season came about in December, is recruiting. And, as we have different coaches on the show, we like to ask them for their input, their suggestions. We also have other players. We could bring them on, ask them for their advice. So from your perspective as a coach, how was this year's recruiting class different from last year, with last year being your first year as a head coach, going through the full process again, for recruiting?
I think it's been consistent. It's going to be consistent at Cedar Grove. Regardless of the coaches that are coaching, you still got really good athletes, still got really good individuals that do their work, and they're really good ball players as well too. I think my first season we had maybe 3 guys, sign early. This season that just passed, we had 5. So, I really was excited about that, getting them guys, on the college roster early, and just prepared for the season. I'm really excited to see how they do in college, and visit some of my guys for spring games and practice. Kind of talk to them on a regular basis. So, it's just great to have those guys and be able to have that relationship with them. I can say this year coming up, well, this year that just passed, one thing I'm proud of this group, they had a really good academic foundation. We got plenty of guys over 3.0, 3.5 guys. So when you got guys that do well in the classroom, their pool of opportunities is a lot bigger. So just was fortunate to have a group, that not only was good on the field, but in the classroom as well too.
For sure, because the key thing there is they are student athletes.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, any recruiting advice for any student athlete that might be listening to this?
Well, just to piggyback, the better your grades, the more opportunities that you have, just as far as what school you want to go to, what schools come and recruit you. I tell my kids all the time, like schools like Duke, Wake Forest, Stanford, it's several others. They don't even send a offer to you until they see your transcript, So grades are really important. I think that's something that parents need to understand, all the way down to park ball or rec ball. You got these guys in rec ball that are some monsters that's really talented. I'm not sure how they get rankings in the country at rec ball, but he is that's the number 1 running back in the country at 7U. But is he doing his work? Is he learning how to read? Is he learning how to make the correct decisions? All of those things, play a part when a kid gets to high school and the journey on to college and into the NFL. So I would really stress, having a very good academic foundation, understanding the importance of how you act on social media, how you respond, how you use your Twitter. Like, you can use that stuff, for a game, but some of us, lack that knowledge. So it's really important that you kind of stress the importance of that, so they're making the right decisions on social media. But just like those schools, another thing is, I think one school came by, and even if your GPA isn't up to par, they monitor, from your 9th grade year, the progression. If you was a C student starting off, what happened your sophomore year? They compare your sophomore year to your junior year and on to your senior year. So they look at progression, they look at GPAs, they're looking at test scores as well too. From what my knowledge, test scores are maybe diminishing in the next couple of years. Quote me on that, but if that ever happens, then guess what's going to happen? The next thing is going to be the GPA is going to have to be a lot higher. So, or the requirements are going to have to be higher. So it's really important to understand that, parents, like, that 9th grade year is the most important year. These guys are coming in from middle school. So, they're just kind of finding their way and feeling their way around, but it's very important that they take academics seriously that 9th grade year.
Gotcha. Great, Coach. We appreciate that, and we hope that the kids that are watching this on YouTube, Twitter, or through our Facebook page take heed to your words, because this recruiting thing is brutal, and we're trying to put the word out and educate parents and athletes at the same time. But we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about your team in general. If I'm not mistaken, you had about 23 to 25 seniors graduate this past season. So with that being said, a lot of key contributors are gone. Who are some players that we should be watching as they step into a bigger role this year?
So I guess we could start on the offensive side of the ball. Of course, Elliot Colson Jr. comes back, our quarterback. Anytime you got a quarterback, who's a real good signal caller and decision maker, and who can extend plays, you have a chance. So I'm really, excited to have my quarterback back. Both running backs come back as well too. Bowden Walker actually didn't play in the state championship game. I think it was the semis in which he broke his collarbone, but he's healthy. He's running track. He's looking bigger and faster than ever. So I'm excited to have him back, as well with DeMarcus Smith, who had a solid junior year. We have 3 offensive linemen coming back, 2 or 3. Both offensive tackles are coming back. So they definitely will be the anchors on that offensive line. We're missing a lot of receivers. We had some really outstanding receivers last year. 2 or 3 of them graduated and then 1 transferred. So, we're expecting some guys to kind of step up, and I don't want to throw any names around. I just want you guys to come out to the spring game and, preseason game, and y'all are catching the ball. So, that's going to be interesting, but I know they're going to compete. And I know we got some guys that can play in space and are going to do well for us. On the defensive side, our D-line, everybody pretty much comes back except Adonijah Green, who did a heck of a job for us for so many years. But everybody else comes back, defensive end and Chase Kearns, and then both our defensive tackles, Cal Mosley and Javon Beckford, both come back. We had a freshman that played a lot last year, Colin Davis, and then a couple of other guys that I think are going to be really, really good for us on the D-line. So We'll have some depth at D-line. Two of our DBs are coming back. Lakai Rowland, who's a long corner, who I'm expecting some really big things from. And then you got Jakari Horton, who plays safety and just roams the field really well. Really good instincts. Just has a knack for the football. And he'll be playing some offense as well, too, at receiver. Because he's just an all-around playmaker. At linebacker, we have a guy that transferred in, Wesley Brown, that I think is going to be really good for us. He's been doing a heck of a job in the weight room and just seems like a really good playmaker, and that's going to be really good for us. At the Mike and the Will position, we're going with some young guys. We had some guys that were older, and Quinterio Lawson and Everett Rusaw, who have been playing a lot of snaps for us over the year. Both of those guys are going to school. Everett's going to UAB, and then Quinterio Lawson's going to the #1 junior college in the country in Iowa Western. So we're going to miss those guys, but I think we got some really solid players that are younger. Keith Bass played a lot of snaps last year when Everett was hurt at the Mike linebacker position. And then I'm looking for a guy in Charles Harris to step up, and he did really well for us on special teams, but he's going to be a heck of a defensive player for us as well too.
Yeah, he was a freshman last year, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was. And we have Antoine Davis as well too. That's a fast linebacker who's real athletic and real aggressive and physical.
Well, you know what, Coach, with that being said, one thing I do look forward every year, and a lot of people don't understand the significance behind it, is the Saint War. I missed it last year. Y'all put word out a little late last year, but I'm hoping that we can get word out a little earlier this year. So we're gonna try and put it out today. Any date set for the Saint Wars yet?
The date isn't set yet, but I actually set the spring game today.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna say the name of the school yet. Until we just finalize everything. But I'm looking for maybe one more game in the regular season, but everything else is pretty much set. So I'm kind of excited. If you see me smiling a little bit on the camera today, it's because it's pretty hard to find a schedule. With our region, we only have four total teams, so it's hard and tough to get 7 non-region games. So I'm kind of almost done. Hopefully we'll be done soon.
Well, I know 2 of your regular season games. You got the inner city classic where you're gonna be playing Dutchtown, and man, I don't know why they did this, but who was it? Mill Creek put you on the schedule for homecoming, September 19th. September 19th or 15th. Mill Creek got you on the schedule for homecoming because Mill Creek released their schedule already.
Okay. All right, cool.
So that's how I know about that one. And like I say, seeing the post for the Inner City Classic, you guys playing Dutchtown August 19th.
Yeah, really good team who I think lost might have been the quarters or the semifinals to Ware County, who actually won a state championship.
So you can't give no other insight to no other teams on that schedule, Coach?
Yeah. I can't say. I go ahead and say week 2 we're going down to I think it's Fort Lauderdale to play Dillard, playing Dillard High School in Florida. That's one of our national games, and that'll be on August the 24th.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we definitely might have to go ahead and make my travel reservations for that one now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my hotel room booked.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, you talked about spring schedule. You got some things you got to get finalized for that. So I'm not gonna ask you about the spring game, but outside of that, I'm pretty sure you guys are already getting into the recruiting cycle for next year, for next year's recruiting class. How's that coming along for you?
It's coming along pretty good. Jakari and Lakai probably kind of leading the way with Elliott as far as offers. A lot of Power 5 schools, and this summer is going to be real interesting because we're going to do a little bit of camping, and we just got a lot of talented kids that a lot of coaches want to see. So a lot of guys have a long way in their recruiting, recruiting cycle. So it's going to be interesting with a bunch of guys that we have. I think we got a lot of guys that's going to step up as well too. So look forward to seeing, definitely St. Ward's, probably a whole bunch of coaches out there like it normally is. Maybe 20 plus coaches out there. Just looking at kids, and the thing about it is what's good. A lot of people don't understand it. They come see one person, and then somebody else shines. So it's like, man, who is that?
Sure.
And that's how a lot of guys have their recruiting birth, and that's one good thing about just being in a solid program where coaches trust the coaching, coaches trust what they see at that program. So we've been blessed with that over the years, and our guys have been doing really good at the next level, and even in the NFL as well too.
What's up? Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking time out your busy day to sit down and talk with us. Might reach back out to you and try and catch before the season gets started up in August. If you ain't too busy. Mm-hmm. But until then, though, Coach, hey, keep doing what you're doing over there at City Grove. Wish y'all the best of luck between now and the summer and throughout the summer. And if anything changes, I'll reach out to you.
I appreciate it, Mike. And I did want to say one more thing, just as far as the young guys and the parents, man. Your kids need to be coachable. Everything isn't gonna go their way. So, we gotta make sure our kids are tough. They gotta be battle tested. They gotta be ready for adversity. Just speaking on the state championship is definitely something I'm expecting to be, my first 2 years having 2 state championships. So I'm battling through that, and, my head is high, and right now I'm really focused on the off season and this group that we got coming up this year.
I hear you, Coach. I hear you. You know what? The fan base is right there with you on all that.
Gotcha. I appreciate that too.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we can between us and the Booster Club. Do what we can to make sure you and the players are straight.
Yes, sir.
But if there's anything you need from us, by all means, reach out to me. You know where I'm at. You know how to get in touch with me. Do what I can for you.
Okay, and that date that we don't have a game is September 28th, I think, 28th or 29th. So if y'all find anybody, just let me know, and we can figure it out.
Gotcha. September 28th, 29th. Trust me, we're gonna put the word out there. We're gonna see who steps up to the plate.
All right. I appreciate it, Mike, and take care. All right.
You do the same, Coach. Later.
Good job, Mike. Good job.
Good stuff, sir. It's good stuff. You almost sounded as well as I do on my interviews.
Y'all silly.
Hey, do me a favor though. Tell Coach Adams I said, holla at your boy if he want that game. I know y'all don't got a field now, but then let him know next time he need a game. Holla at your boy.
Will do.
Hey, Danny, that was a pre-recorded interview, man. That had nothing to do with tonight.
For sure. But as usual, though, man, I do appreciate Coach coming on. Coach does a lot for us. He makes time for us, and he's willing to sit down and talk with us and answer the hard questions.
Always a good interview with Coach Adams.
Yeah.
And to anybody out in podcast land, if there's a coach that you would like us to talk to, and you have the information, just reach out to us with contact information, and we'll see what we can do to make it happen.
Hey guys, I gotta say something real quick, and
Sure.
I gotta step away so I don't wake up my baby. I'm not sure because my sound been going in and out. I'm not sure what was said to bring up the whole best coaching staff. Let's be clear. If you're a fan of a team, then you're gonna feel like your team and everything attached to it is the best. When you say you make a general statement, Thomas County Central has the best coaching staff in Southwest Georgia. Look at his resume. Are we speaking on one person or the entire coaching staff? Because I could take offense to that, and I'm a bulldog. My daddy is a part of that coaching staff. Rogers ain't winning it by himself. So the whole look at me, look at us attitude, kill it. Because we all fans on here at the end of the day. And we all feel like our school got the best or whatever, even if they coming off a losing season or whatever. So let's just cut the crap. If I need to direct it, I will, but I'm pretty sure we all reading the comments, so it's directed. That's all I got to say.
And that's that on that.
And that is that. And again, I'm not pleased. See, I know what this guy has done last year, and I told everybody what type of coach Coach Rogers is to me. You know what I mean? So I won't speak on that anymore. Still said what she had to say, and she put a period. Period. So
that's an exclamation mark.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night.
Obadiah says he's got family members on both sides, so he's staying neutral. Smart man, smart man.
And we appreciate you for that. That was something to be random.
Say it again.
I said, and we appreciate you, cuz I was talking to Boo Randall.
Nah, it's definitely addressed.
Ooh, definitely great. Okay. Right. Well, apparently we got the special effects working again. Okay.
Now, what do we see this weekend? Anybody going out this weekend? Because I think majority of the panel's teams had scrimmages on last weekend.
Except Shakira plays.
Oh, y'all got Valdosta this weekend, correct?
Yeah, they coming to the vet.
Oh, how you think y'all are doing that?
Well, with the current status of the defense, it's up in the air.
Yeah.
They got some stuff to prove, so we gonna see. And I agree with the earlier comment. The scrimmage means nothing because look, we lost to Valdosta last year. We probably lost our first 3 or 4 games and did fairly well for the rest of the season. So I'm interested in seeing what they have to show, but I'm ready for week 1.
There we go. And I know this week in the Middle Georgia area, it's only 2 games that I know is slated that I would be interested in. Northside and Perry will be playing, and Hoko and Mary Person. Now, again, that Hoko and Mary Person game, if Antoine Hill is still on listening to us, we know the stud in A.J. Hill at quarterback, and the wide receivers are studs. The running back is a stud. But, man, y'all finna see a man-child in that running back coming out of Mary Person. I'm eager to see if I would be going to that game or if I would see the Perry and Northside game, considering both of those are opponents of ours this year. But, man, I can't get enough of Duke Watson. I have said many times I think he is the best running back in the state of Georgia. So I may be attending that game. Thirst, you got any games slated for this weekend that you may attend?
Man, I'm on the network flipping. That's what I'm doing. I am on the network flipping all weekend. Third, I meant to flip tonight to see if I can catch Southwest and the Cooler. But I'm gonna be flipping, man, all day Friday.
Antoine said they played Mary Persons last year. They know Duke Watson quite well. Obadiah says he's going to the Thomasville High School game. And another game that might prove interesting, Carver, Columbus, and Lee County. In Leesburg.
Whoa, now that's a game.
So that's another one that we can talk about. And so, y'all make sure Oscar and J-Bo, y'all keep us posted. Yeah, Lee County's running back. Okay, so Obadiah has a question. He says, with Valdosta's big game coming up, do y'all think they will put all of their starters in?
When you say big game coming up, you talking about the scrimmage game? If you're talking about the scrimmage game, then the starters at a minimum gonna play the first quarter before they start really substituting. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I don't think they'll treat this any different than they would any other scrimmage game. Their game out of state is the big game he's talking about in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, I know they got that game coming up first at the beginning of the season, opening up against supposedly one of the better teams in Ohio. But at the end of the day, as a coach, you still got to see your players perform, or should I say, you still want to see your players perform against outside competition, outside talent. So what you see in practice, it ain't guaranteed for you to see that in the game. So that's why I say again, I go back to their starters will at least play the first quarter at a minimum, just to see what he's working with and needs to work on leading into that week 8, week 1 game. Now I am surprised that they are scrimmaging so late. I figured they would have scrimmaged last week to give themselves 2 week cushion. I will say that.
Oscar says,
I don't mean to interrupt you.
La, 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 la. Oh, that's Mo. Okay.
Hey, good night.
That was funny right there. I missed that.
Yeah. So Oscar says if they stop number 32 for Lee County, they should be okay.
Hey,
that's a big task.
If and buts was something in nuts, then Christmas would be happy.
If ifs and buts with candy and nuts, oh, what a wonderful Christmas we would have.
Yes, because you talking about my personal, the third best back in the state of Georgia. Nah, I don't see you stopping him. But I know Carver got a good back in themselves that should show out. It's just this would be the year Lee County kind of get back. It all depends on quarterback play. We know what 32 gonna do. We know the defense. They got a stud at defensive end and the defensive tackle. They got a shifty little backup running back and a nice backup quarterback. If the starter get itself together, I don't see Lee County being beaten, especially in their region. Hoko may be the only challenge for them this year.
Okay. So.
I can't disagree with you on that one at all. As much as I like to disagree with you, I just can't. Man, give me something to disagree with you about.
Obadiah says that he read online that they might play their starters only in the first quarter. Not sure how true that is, but hey.
Ain't that what I just said? At a minimum?
Well, I know Colquitt played their starting quarterback 1.5 quarters and kind of start pulling a lot of guys in and out. I won't say pulling, but we're subbing in and out from that point. to the third quarter when in the third quarter when JV came in totally. So if Valdosta have a big game, I think they're more prone to see what they're going to be looking like instead of not getting those guys the reps, because we've seen them in OTAs and things like that where they didn't look too good. So I think Felton, the coach that he is, he's going to try to get those guys as many reps as possible to see what they are made of before they have that big game. And that's just my personal take on it.
Yeah, I like that.
That makes sense. So let's see. Let me look in the comments. Bear says, Mike, he wants you to check Pierce County's linebacker out.
Oh,
And
you know what?
I said, yeah, that's what you said, but you were talking when he was typing. I guess you.
Oh, but Diane said, don't be trying to check him, fool.
You talk too fast, Mike. Thirsty.
Man, you better move them thumbs faster.
You talk too fast.
Oh, my bad.
You slick talking city slicker.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'll try to slow down. When the season gets started.
Yeah, so Thirsty, check out Pierce County linebacker, and then I guess this weekend, and tell us what you see. You okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Is that the huddle you seeing, Barry? Yeah, I'll check it out here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Oh my God. Hold on. Whoa. I better put this up on the screen. Hold on, let me go back to the beginning of their play. Okay, hold on, pause that. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, this was a nice hit though. This was a nice hit. Where we at right there. It was a nice hit. So he already, y'all see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he did what he was supposed to do. His man, he was checking one in motion. He walked down with him and fire. Left with that dude. I'm like, ooh. Okay. We're gonna let the whole world see him. I ain't gonna keep it to myself. Don't send me nothing. I'm gonna share it with the whole world. Took on the block, fought off the block, got to the ball carrier. Good job. That's what you want from a linebacker. Just nasty. Old school. Where you at? Number 5? Come here. Well, he went in untouched, so he was supposed to do that. That was just miscommunication on that. Took on the block, fought the block off.
Yeah, fought the block off and made the play. So last time you said
I like that. I like that. All right, came around the edge, was untouched. The tackle could at least threw a hand out there on him or something.
Speed kills, Mike.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I got Pierce County winning that region. We'll destroy Appleton County.
And you see most of these highlights are against Appleton County, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure I ain't the only one that noticed that.
You said destroy.
Oh, he made that back look ridiculous.
Destroy.
He made that back look ridiculous on that one. That back act like he ain't want no smoke.
Mike, were you able to check out Appleton County on the NF whatever network?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even look for him. I'm looking for him tomorrow.
Yeah. So, because I mean, people. I mean, I don't know.
Why y'all sold on Appleton County? I'm still trying to figure this out.
I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying that I'm sold on Appleton County. What I am saying is, people are just kind of acting like they won't make any noise. It's like
people ain't. I'm people. I'm people. It's me. I'm people. Because Appleton, they're gonna be fine. We know that because they'll win. But when it comes to Pierce, they will not beat Pierce this year, and we already know what they're gonna do when they get in the playoffs.
Oh.
Maybe this is the.
Yeah, maybe it was nuts and boats and Christmas candies and stuff. Merry Christmas.
You know, y'all will screw up a phrase.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, give me that. I'm gone. But guess what, Jess? I won't yuck your yawn.
You got that one right. You got
Y'all
that
too.
right. Good job. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I like the kid that line. I like that line. I like him. I like him.
Senior?
Now, can we address the elephant in the room?
Yes.
Ain't nobody putting the hat on him.
Hey, can we address the elephant in the room?
Please do.
So, listeners, panel members, if we heard the interview with Coach Adams, and again, shout out Coach Adams, man. Always a great interview. Thank you for always taking time out to give us the insight on your Cedar Grove Saints. Man, Coach said something about a linebacker that just stuck in my head. I can't just beat me in my head. I can't get it out my head.
Key word was transferred.
I mean, it was just goddamn. Like, you always got to transfer in, Coach. What's going on? You build houses in Decatur or what? Like, what's going on in Ellenwood, Georgia that you just getting these transfers?
Folks want to play for winners.
I heard that.
But hey, we're not gonna have that discussion tonight, though. This ain't
Not
about
tonight.
it. Not tonight. We can have that discussion later. Not tonight.
We can say it with our chest on Friday.
Yeah, you can. And with that being said, I ain't got nothing else to say on my chest tonight. Y'all got anything else to say with your chest tonight?
I do not. Panel podcast land. You have anything else to say? Okay. So we would like to thank you, podcast members, for coming on and talking to us and engaging with us. I want to thank our panelists, Thirsty, Yo, Shakira, and of course our EP. We want you all to make sure that you come back on Friday night, so we can talk about these scrimmages. And we know Friday night is Say It With Your Chest night, so we're a little less filtered on Friday night. So y'all come back and talk to us. We really, really enjoyed you. Again, thanks to Coach Adams for taking the time out to interview with us. We appreciate him so very much. And is there anything else from any of my other panelists? EP, you have anything to say? All right.
Okay. Well, outside of that,
good night, guys.
All I got to say is peace up, A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Hey, yes, ma'am.
Night, night. Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coach, don't worry about Kelsey.
I had to go see a man about a meeting.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.